Your Excellency, and thank you, Mr. Moloko, particularly for that personal vignette. Let's turn now to Mr. Charles Murito. His Excellency referenced the 30% request of shares from Google previously. Mr. Murito is Director of Sub-Saharan Africa for Google. Do you have a question for the President?
I answered all his questions.
That you did. So, Your Excellency, I think what I may ask is perhaps make a quick comment, especially as Kenya is working towards its economic prosperity journey. It's imperative for us to really harness the power of AI, which I was happy that no one mentioned it before, so that at least I get the opportunity to be the first to talk about it here. But as we think about that, AI is definitely going to have great impact, not just in terms of the technology itself, but thinking about some of the things that you mentioned around agriculture, around health, education as well. And it's something that really we think about as what we call a general purpose technology, which is really the foundation of everything else to be built upon. So it's not about technology itself, but really what it can do to accelerate the economic growth. And as we know, we in Africa definitely need that. So, Your Excellency, as you know, we did sign our joint statement of collaboration earlier this year in DC, and there's been quite a lot of progress in that around the national AI policy, and I commend your government for working closely on that. So my question to you, and really my offer, is that we as Google are working closely with other technology companies as well as other private sector companies are really on standby to offer any support that you and your administration want. And so please reach out to us if we need to help, especially around AI and all the implications that it can have to accelerate the economic growth for Kenya and all the other countries across the continent. Thank you so much, Your Honor. Your Excellency.
Thank you very much, Charles. And I agree with you that your support in that space around AI has been immense. We're actually playing catch up, because I was very pleasantly surprised. I went to one of our technical training colleges and I found a young man there, I think his name was Brian. And Brian told me that he is working for an AI company in Germany. And this is a college that is in remote Kenya, 400 kilometers from Nairobi. That Brian doesn't have a passport. He has never been to the capital city of Nairobi, but he works for an AI company in Germany. That is, the kind of space where we are. Meanwhile, as government, we are yet to figure out how to deal with AI. We've just finished the policy, and I'm happy to report here that Parliament is now seized with the necessary legislation and guidelines that will support our AI journey. But already we are leveraging on AI to do two very important things. One, we are leveraging on AI to do our means testing instrument for how we are distributing education money to beneficiaries, so that we can use AI to get the algorithms that will give us what is the financial status of which parent. We are using the same to desegregate how we distribute our fertilizer to farmers. And we are now using it for the beneficiaries of our universal health coverage program. There are people who government has to pay for because they cannot afford. Again, AI is helping us in that space. But finally, maybe something that I would ask Charles here is the challenge we have with the negative effects of AI. We have a lot of generative stuff, fake news, misinformation, disinformation. Some of it that hardly people know can know what is true from what is not true. And it is quite a menace. So again, that's the space that we need to work together. And finally, to think about cybersecurity. still have very serious challenges around cyber security. Sometimes I have to call Peter to figure out when government services are attacked, and he's been immensely useful with the Safaricom and other players. So again, I think there is scope for us to collaborate with Google and others so that we can better secure that place. And even the conversation we are having in the Summit of the Future is about artificial intelligence, the misuse and the misuse. There are those who are missing the opportunity to use it, and there are those, of course, who are in the space I've talked about. So again, that is space we can all think about.
Thank you, Your Excellency.